Unfortunately, I was on my way home yesterday and pulling into the garage, and I accidentally rolled over our tailgate that belongs on our 3/4 ton Dodge that houses our truck bed camper. And with that, I damaged it. As you can see right here, I rolled the tire over it, and it damaged it enough to where we would have to either get that fixed if we want to put the tailgate back on the truck, or figure out what to do with it. So we came up with the idea that we're going to try to salvage the backup camper, the backup camera with and put that on the camper itself. So number one, we can utilize our rear view camera from the truck and not have to worry about putting the tailgate back on or fixing it. So we're gonna go. All right, so now we're taking a closer look at the tailgate of the 3/4 ton, and what we're looking at is, it looks like on the back side of the tailgate there's 8 screws to that access panel. So what we're gonna do is take off that access panel, take out the wiring harness from that, and take the camera out and get that all into one piece. And then we will situate it and figure out the spot on the camper itself on how to wire it in from the truck to the truck bed camper. So we got the wiring harness out. This is the bumper side, and this is the camera side. We're gonna try to wire it up underneath the camper. Okay, we got our camera out. That's the camera end, and that's the wiring harness that's going to connect back up to the bumper. No backup camera right now because okay, so it's on. All right, so we went ahead and pulled the truck bed camper out to our residence. Number one, we're gonna try to install this with not having to take the camper off the bed of the truck. And it looks like we can, and we have a little bit of an incline. So it'll give me a little bit more room to get up underneath there. So what we are figuring out is we are gonna probably go dead center underneath the door with the camera and come through the back side and come through the bed of the camper, come through the back side, and get that wired up to the truck. We went ahead and installed some protective flexible tubing on the existing wire harness, and we are also going to put some little bit smaller tubing on this end that goes to the camera, just as a double protection for the wiring underneath the camper for moisture and weather. All right, like I said, we were going to go ahead and put a little more flexible tubing on the camera end of the wire harness just to protect that. So I am going to do that right now. We already did it to the other end, just to get that added security on that so that we don't run into any problems down the road and have to replace that wiring harness. This one might not be big enough. Try to work this on. We added the protective tubing on there, put some electrical tape on there, and it's ready to go up under the truck. One more thing, when I talked about protecting that a little bit more, that wiring harness from the weather elements, it also adds some rigidity to that wire, so when we mount it up underneath the camper, it'll help keep it closer when we clamp it and still gives us the flexibility that we need. All right, here is the access panel that we're going to take that off, and we're going to try to leave as much slack as we can on this end if we have to adjust the camper at any time, up or down on the bed of the truck. And then we're going to center that. What we think that was the best situation, we're going to center. All right, so we went ahead and reverse mounted the camera so that we can get the placement of the lens coming from behind, dead center, after mounting this. Right now we're about 88 inches from left to right, and 44 inches is our dead center, and that's where we want to put it so that it works perfect. Am I blocking it? All right, here we go. Okay, so we went ahead and dry fitted the camera, and looks like it fits perfectly. We're gonna add some neoprene washers on the back side and get this tightened up. Let me grab those. That's the neoprene washers that are gonna go on the back side, and that'll help keep it a little straighter and more flush so that when we use the camera, it's perfect. We did test it out. It is working. Now we just have to finish mounting it. All right, remember those neoprene washers we were talking about? I'm gonna put a couple of those over the camera lens so that when we mount it from the back, it'll be flush with the bumper and give us a perfect fit. Let's see if I can do this. There's one. And there's the other one. We have a backup camera. All right, we have successfully installed our tailgate camera into the back of the camper, and as Ace Ventura would say, it fits like a glove.